What's up, YouTube? Dedra here, bringing you another video. I'm ready, finally, hopefully, I do this take and finally finish the second episode of regional preparation. I've waited too long and I'm really disappointed in myself for that. But here we go. Well, in episode 1, what did we cover? Choosing the deck you want to play. Now, you've chosen the deck and you want to start building. So step 2 would be naturally build the deck. Okay. So now people will want to instantly net deck. My opinion on that is that deck. Okay. Now I'm not saying net deck, play that deck, net deck, and I'm not like that's not what I'm saying. Like, I don't want you to net deck a deck and go like the night before, like, oh, this is the latest one that topped. Yeah, I'm gonna copy that one card for card and play it. No, that's not what I'm saying. You have to look like you have to go and look at what deck you're gonna want to play. Of the archetype you chose to play. Like myself, I've chosen Shaddolls. Well, how many different types of Shaddolls are there? There's the Eclipse Wyvern with like Dad and all that kind of stuff, which is fun. And then there's the Artifact version, and then there was like the Lightsworn version. There's many different versions that suit different playstyles, in my opinion, and any one of those can be explosive and in the right hands can do really well. So let's hop onto my DN here, so we can get you into a building situation. So step 2 would be the build process. So let's say we got this net decked. This is a net deck, but you can probably go and find a video or a deck profile that has super similar. I don't really this particular build is built to deal with back row. I don't like back row. I hate having to play around trap cards and such. So I obviously have cards to get around that. That's what it's all about. So and that's my playstyle. So I've chosen, I'm playing 2 Lyla and MSTs and Sanctums. This isn't the, I don't know, this is just a thrown together build right now, but this is just my preference, is what I'm trying to say. Now, so let's say we got say we're gonna want to play a different deck. Let's look here. Yeah, I know this Bujin deck here. This Bujin deck was completely net deck. So say we got this Bujin deck is net decked. Well, let's look at this. Well, we're playing this Bujin deck, and we're going through it, and maybe I'm saying like, oh, these Veilers aren't becoming useful to me. Then we can say, well, let's not play. Let's only play 1 Veiler. Maybe Kaiser's sort of a dead draw later game. Maybe Duality. I only need 2 of. It gets cloggy. And then, I can go and add cards. I think, like, maybe these D prisons will be net decked. I mean, sorry, I'm pretty tired, guys. Maybe these will be a better main deck, option and whatnot. Or maybe I should play Max C, because a lot of decks are special summoning right now. And I'm just throwing stuff out of my bomb. I'm not saying how the meta is right now. But, that's how I think it is. And then we got a new deal. Let's save this build. Click save. And then let's go test. Well, that's how you build, and then you finally find the build that you want to play. Recently Jeff Jones, I believe it was Jeff Jones. He talked about he play tested for 12 hours trying out different builds against the same player. And he finally got a build he liked. I mean, that's what you got to do. You have to playtest. Playtesting is the whole part of building a deck. If you cannot just I'm gonna build this deck, not playtest, go to the tournament and do it. Like, that just doesn't work unless your locals are fucking just nothing. Like, it's like 3 kids who live in their mom's basement playing, like, let's see, a random card. Like, they play Mimic. Like, that's what they play. Or they play like Flame Veil Magician and like Synchro for like random cards. I mean, sorry if you guys play those cards, my bad, but like, I'm just trying to make a point. You have to playtest. You're gonna want to, you're gonna want to just playtest. Find the build you want. Playtesting is the most important part of building a deck, and that's what you got to see. Because, like, in decks like Burning Abyss, you might find, well, Supply Squad's good, it lets me draw a card, but like later game, do I really want to draw a Supply Squad if I happen to be top decking when like you could draw a tour guide or something like, but oh, you draw a Supply Squad, well maybe I'll cut those for upstarts so I'll have a better chance of like drawing into a tour guide. And I mean, it all goes towards your playstyle. That's what I'm trying to get out there. Playtest, playtest, playtest. And before we get into that, building your deck, you're gonna want to playtest in multiple ways. Like on DN, I noticed I draw BLS more than I ever should. I don't know what it is. I noticed like I draw Dad. Playtest on DN, playtest on real life, playtest on Dev Pro. Like I just recommend doing it all because that's just the best way you can get multiple experiences. And like honestly, I think real life playtesting is the best because at the end of the day, you're going to be playing in real life and playing against real life people. You just got to remember that. And we're not even gonna get into building a side deck. This is just your main deck. Your side deck that gets a little bit more in depth. Which I want to use that for episode 3. It's going to be building the side deck and also learning how to side cards in, which is like probably the most difficult part of preparing for a regional, because if you don't like have enough spots to like put in cards into your deck, then when when you go into your next matchup, it's going to be like, well, he has a lot of side deck answers for you. You have nothing for him. He's just going to have a complete advantage over you. And that's just how it will be. So that's all I really have to say. Do a lot of playtesting, guys. Do all sorts of playtesting. Take out the cards you don't like. Put the cards you like in. But start with a neck deck. It's not like all terrible. I wouldn't recommend going to a tournament with a neck deck ever. But like start with a neck deck and then make your different little switches and changes and little tech cards, stuff like that. Because by the time you maybe change 7 cards in the deck, that's gonna run differently than what you neck decked it anyway, and it's gonna run towards your playstyle. And that's all I have to say. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.